Hi everyone, I'm Miss Addo. I'm going to show you how to demonstrate makeup. I'm going to kind of imitate what the Kardashians does. I like the way they look when they're on camera and set, like the smoky look. It's more for daytime and it can transfer to a nighttime look at the same time. So what I'm doing here is a number of things I have. I have a MAC concealer. Why I use concealer is any areas that are splotchy, needs to tone down and make the face look even and get out the coloration. Concealer is good. So what I am going to do is put some concealer on areas that I believe is more splotchy and highlight the eyes. So I have my MAC brush. This is a 192 brush. It's very good. It's good to put on the concealer. What I love about it is it only needs a little bit to pick up and it evenly puts it on the face. So I'm just going to put it on each eye. Right there. There we go. Nice even tone. Next thing I'm going to do is put it on my T-zone. And why you want to do that, it just makes it more even when you put on foundation and things of that nature. So, and before that I cleansed my face, and believe it or not, I use Ivory soap. I am a big fan of it. It's very, to me, hyperallergenic. It's very good. I will avoid it into the eye section so you don't, mess with your eyes or anything like that. But try to use a washcloth to wash your face and rinse it off with some warm water. I usually like to do it in the shower after I work out. It's easier, so if anything, just in case, goes into my eye, it can rinse out easily. Then I come back in and I just use like witch hazel. You can use cotton balls, but what I did was I recycled my MAC bottle. It came before with charged water. It's exactly what it is. It's just toner, which is witch hazel, and I kind of opened it up, put it in there, and I spray it on my face once I wash. Like this, I demonstrate. Very easily using recyclable. And then I come back in with shea butter. Shea butter is a very good moisturizer, I believe, but you only use a little bit. A little goes a long way because it's very greasy, so you gotta be very careful. Just use a teeny bit and just massage in the area just to moisturize the face. Let it dry for a little bit and then go ahead and put the concealer on. The next thing I'm gonna do, I want my face to look a very dewy look. So MAC came out with a Studio Sculpt foundation. It's tinted. It's awesome. I personally love it. My color is a NC45 and I can switch, so it all depends what you do. And I tell you what, this goes a long way. Also, for the finishing powder, I love the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. My color is dark. It doesn't look dark, but they have a medium dark. It just all depends what you want. It gives that sun-kissed look. And what I do is I like to recycle the back of this, how it closes. There's a little plastic. That's how I put this in here to put it on my face. And just use a little bit. About that much for the face. And you can always go back. Less is more. So I did that before, and I wasted and had splashes all over my face. So anyway, I love this brush right here. It's a MAC 187. It's a lightweight feather brush, and what I love about it, it evenly distributes the makeup without picking not too much up there. And then you can see the little brushes. It kind of makes an airbrush effect look. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of smooth that around. Just work that in. And you see how little that is? It just works in it so beautifully. Like I said, a little goes a long way, so be mindful and careful what you use if you want your makeup to last long. And just buff it in a circle. And I do put it over the concealer. It just sets the concealer into place. There's also a powder that sets it in. I normally use that more for bridal and stiff wear, like for fashion shows and things of that nature, but I want to look natural as possible. But that's what I mean, little if possible. And look at that, all that finish in it. I kind of drag that down a little bit and buff it in the chest area if you're wearing tank tops. You know, be careful if you wear white. That's why I always wear black, even black kind of shirts. But it's easy when white people wear white, isn't? Kind of buff that into place. And just be sure that you got all the areas. So it's very good that you take the time to look at what you need to do. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do is get a powder brush. I love this. This is my life. I live with this. If I had to travel and I don't have to bring 3 items, it would be one of my items, including my coconut castor oil. So this is a very good brush. It's good for buffing, and I'm going to use the natural. I always like to use it in a circle and kind of tap that to get some of the residue off from the powder. Wipe it again and tap it again, or blow if you like. And I always do upward position because of gravity. I just learned that from my mom. You sit skin won't sag. Look how nice that is. Nice and even. Kind of buff that in with the rest of I have. Also with these brushes, keep in mind that loose particles will come off the brush, like the hair follicles, because these are warhead brushes. They are made from animal skin, so be careful and in mind, especially when they're fresh, or if you cleanse them, just to take the time before you leave and look in the mirror, so you can have that flawless look without someone pointing out to you there is hair on your face. And this is the time I just come in here and cool it in with my own hair off. Okay. You gotta make sure everything's off. I learned this from my sister. She is a neat freak, so it's always good to be careful in mine. You know, everybody, you need to pull some things up and talk about the makeup that you do. So that's why I'm here to do that. It's never too late, is it? I always like to keep everything back in the box. I am very anal. Because I have so much makeup, I need to know which one I'm using, so I just grab and go if I want to look a certain way. So it's easier. You don't have to, you don't want to, but it's just something neat for yourself. A number of things that we're going to be taking care of today will be first is the eyes. Since we already kind of primed that, you can see. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to get a dark smoky look color. Brings it out. I love this color right here. So you can find something dark, medium. I'm going to do something like chocolate, brown, not too black and not too light. So that's what I'm going to be using along with my brush. I love this brush. This is 227. It picks it up very good, and what we're angling is for about maybe halfway on the lid, kind of going towards here. I'm going to blend it with maybe 3 colors. So again, picking it up maybe 3 or 4 swipes. I like to blow it just in case it's a dark color. I don't want that to smear on my eye. Sometimes I do put on my concealer and then maybe a makeup and a powder and then do my eyes and do my foundation later. But you know, your years of experience will detail what your work is good at. So I'm going to go ahead and lift my eye up. Kind of like making a surprise look. Go ahead and pat it on first and blend it. Follow your line of your eye to detail your eye. This will make your eye look a little bit more smaller, but it brings it out a lot, especially when you're with mascara. People will look at you and start saying like, oh my god, like your eyes look great, and it's not even a lot. Okay, I'll look at it. That looks good to me. Again, the surprise look helps the eyelid. And why I do the eyelid open up effect, so I can get into those creases areas, and I want it to kind of overlap if you're okay with that, but I want it to be blended without looking crusty. Okay. Alright, look at that one.